na Eugene Paul de aba wonye ana Paul de aba wonye wo support Paul Adom Otchere na de be mehu ama ne kuro we mu mehu ama ne Eugene se tutu oh there be me support Paul makase ebia wo mpesa meje mfiasem me pesa meje mfiasem ebia wo mpe President Kufuor asem President Kufuor asem ebia wo mpe President Mahama asem President Mahama asem eno nkyere se me NDC and me MPP ni. It's just that there are some people I respect them. I may not like their views or some of the things they say, but they are feel that they are people I respect their views. Sana me you're entitled to your views. And tinanyasa me chipo. But me name team ka somse me nyamamo. And Mayor, I can only bring to you what Paul said. Paul responded to allegations say Sebio ye gay. Say never bua me yana me hotete me, but your politics no never be say yes. And you know, I'm not here for myself largely. Me need team na do say me nyame. So say Paul ye gay, he has responded to the allegations say na yere jai no any ade. He has responded to the allegations. Men can be brown it memo no Otchere ni nsemu. And no, he was a bit emotional on TV. Me who Paul in that state that. So I'll bring that to you. Hi, critical knowledge and make sure to subscribe to me. Not subscribe, click the bell notification. The video be to be who it should be. I brand to your table. Me attacking me be paying me name team near there. Me sana manana and who should then hear me sir. No, I'm a crafting video me who I think 3 days ago if I'm not mistaken. When I'm TikTok, I was an answer. I'm follow me TikTok. Me call off kakra and I'm posted 2 videos. Be any idea? Now me na man me who video no say Paul allegation of gay. I say I brand to be friend no. Alex na Paul gay partner no akwana dan for ye gabi asaro cheda ko story bebrebe Paul yere ejai no Paul your infidelity any maybe so me quickly me hunam so let me just brush it off some conversations in it because all mon talk and answer check to me I just took it at one of those things then Mohana madam for frame me no so me share Paul na say my mini power I stand to what you know church share. And I think that it's only fair. Fortunately for me or unfortunately for me, Kelvin the video is mostly copyrighted. So my team have advised me to not post it, but the allegation he made, and I think the movie is that he's gay, any idea. Paul has responded strongly to some allegations. I don't know where TB.
I have to say that there are many people in the world. Some people are gay, some people are not gay. I am not gay. I've never been, and I will never be. As a matter of fact, let me show, the guy that said is my gay partner. Can we see? Can we see? Please, let's start with that photograph. We were sorry about that. But I mean, I've been compelled to say this, which is completely unnecessary, but I'll say it. This is somebody who's called Alexia Boa. I don't know anybody called Alexia Boa. I've never met anybody called Alexia Boa. If I know some Yeboah and he's not Alex, he's Alex, I don't know. I don't call him Alex. I don't know anything like that. And I mean, the kinds of things they say that on your wedding day, you had gay sex and you got some disease and it's very gory. But it's not true. It's absolutely untrue. And I can understand why they do these things. And I heard recently, and I'm sure you also saw KSM's video, where they said there's some brand of journalism called Jandam. And Jandam journalism is to say something that's not true repeatedly. And when you say it repeatedly, it becomes true. It's not true at all. Now, I've been around. I went to school in Presec for many years. I went to University of Ghana for many years because it was 2 times. I went to University of Ghana for first degree, second degree was law, and I've been there all the time. I worked at Joy FM, Radio Gold, Choice FM, Radio Universe as a campus, you know, when we used to play with Radio Universe at campus. And I started Metro TV's Good Evening Ghana, and then we went on to set up City FM in 2004. We were quite successful with it. You know, I got a call one day from Nikamata Fio, said, can you set up a new radio station, the 2003, 2004? I said, well, I can take you far, but Samens can take you further. He was abroad. I brought Samens back home. He came home, he set up, he led it, and we were successful. I've been working with people, so if I'm gay, there will be some semblance of, you know, I've been to school all the time, but I don't know why they say these things. I don't know. Sometimes the way people fight these battles is what they are, they say you are. So it's a reverse psychology they do. what is innately their nature is what, and it's an embarrassing nature for them. They transfer it onto you and say that you are gay. So they say you have some gay partner called Alexia. I don't know where they get the name from, and that Alexia boy is ready to speak. He should speak. He should very well speak, because I don't know him. I'm not gay. I've never been gay. I will never be. I mean, anyone who knows me knows that. And then they talk about my wife has issued a statement that she has divorced. It's completely and absolutely false. It's not true at all. And it is also because they are taking advantage of my private life, because viewers, you see me talk like this on TV, but I'm not a very outward person like that. I just operate in a small group. Everybody who has worked. When I used to work at Joy FM, there was a timetable. You come to work at 4 a.m. and you close at 4 p.m. and all that. Because I like to work in small groups, I had to plead with some men to design my own schedule from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Because I work in small groups. I am not a very, so if I do a party, it's for my people. They talk about how my family is in tatters. I think also the problem is that they cannot understand how a marriage can last that long and it's still on. That is the work of God. That's not the work of man. That you are still married from wherever they saw your big wedding, or so they call it, big wedding on screen. They were envious of it, obviously. The way they talk today, you can tell that they were envious. It pained them at that time. I don't know them. I've never met this seamstress in America before. I don't know him. I've never ever met him before. And there's another guy, a friend of mine, called Bawumia and Class FM. He also talks about this. Paul Adom Otchere is gay. I don't know where he gets it from too, because he too, I've met him just once. I don't know him. I used to listen to Asempa and listen to him. Then when he had his problems with Joy FM, KSM called me that Bobre is being maltreated by Joy FM. Can I grant him an interview on Good Evening Ghana? I said, what does he want to talk about? He says he wants to talk about how Kwesi Chum has maltreated. Once they mentioned the name Kwesi Chum, I said, no, I can't do that. I mean, this is a man who gave me opportunity when I was a student. I can't come on Good Evening Ghana. In fact, me doing Good Evening Ghana is premised on my work at Joy FM, which Kwesi and Samens gave me the opportunity to do. So why am I going to be on Good Evening Ghana and talk about Kwesi negatively? He's running his company. He decides that somebody cannot be part of his company. Is that a matter for me to discuss? So I told KSM that I don't want to do that interview. That's a long time ago. And that's my only sort of connection with Bobie. But he still says that, and Paul Adom Otchere is gay, and he even has names for me. I ignore it because I think people will not take it serious. But when it comes from all over the place and people are saying that, look, speak about it so that at least there's a record that you said something about it. I don't know Alexia Boa. I've never met, I don't know anybody called Alexia Boa. Prior to the wedding that you are talking about, and all this is private, but I have to share it. The groomsmen, we were together for days at Alisa Hotel. We had gone to the British High Commission to learn how to wear Scottish kilts. So we were together all the time. There was no Alexia Boa with us. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let me get to the rest of the thing. So they said, I'm divorced. It's not true. And I'm saying that maybe, you see, if you marry a Sudanese because you want to be a citizen of Sudan, that's a different matter. If you do that, you might not think that marriages can last that long, because your marriage is told that you want to be a Sudanese. So you want to marry a Sudanese. Without marrying a Sudanese, you are a nobody. You have absolutely no traction. But that's the problem sometimes they have, and I don't have any problem with it. And because Good Evening Ghana has lasted for so long, as I was saying, people want to make it the standard. The other day, you heard A+ saying that when he was sleeping in some place in North First Light, I was doing Good Evening Ghana. So at that time, he recognized me as the standard. But he says now he has overtaken me because he's a member of parliament and I'm still a blogger, which is okay. But that is, so if you imagine Good Evening Ghana as your standard and you are trying hard to reach the standard, but you are not able to rise to the quality of research, candor, and things like that, and you have to use insults to make people aware of you, that's your cup of tea. And that's why they've introduced a new journalism called Jandam. Jandam, they say, means say the lie consistently and it will become like it is true.
Yes, so that is on Minipa Paul Adom Otchere. Yes, bias and when it comes to these things, I state my biases. He's one of the people I respect, as I say. You may disagree with the views, I may disagree with his views, but I respect him as a broadcaster. And that is that. No, nothing can change that. That is my respected view. Also, penasama fine, but as I always say, we can disagree and agree, but with respect, mutual respect for each other. Higher critical knowledge and also best subscribe. Remember, also subscribe. Click the notification. No, when the video be it will be. Bye.